Hotep, I am that I am. Some call me Heru, your modern monk, your cannabis fitness strategist. Back at it again. Here for you with episode 86. Episode 86. Touching bases with you. Just throwing out some shout outs. Some thank yous for this year. Starting out pretty awesome. Making things happen, keeping it moving, keeping it forward, keep staying positive regardless of what your situation may come to. Touching bases with all those who's actually been tuning in to the show lately, seeing what we've been talking about, how we've been journeying through these aisles and dimensions of time. Dimensions of time, that's what we'll call it. Dimensions of time and place and perspective. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I'm all about, educating the mind, the body, the soul, the spirit, the financial, the mental, the physical, enhancing, embracing, becoming smarter, becoming successful in every journey, every way of life. But those are people who are around you to influence people. So I'm currently reading a book. Some of you may know the book, actually. Some of you may know the book, but currently I've been reading this book, Limitless by Jim Quick, and he actually started a company, a learning academy, Quick Academy, and he's been around for a while. Matter of fact, when you're talking who's who in the self-help, even like coaches, elite coaches as NBA, NFL, some of these NHL, some of these elite players that actually and coaches that actually been working with Jim Quick and his techniques that he has created over the years. Not just him, but those he's actually been affiliated with. And it's been interesting read, interesting development. How start doing. I wouldn't say, well, yeah, to an extent, you start doing things out your comfort zone where it's actually you gain more momentum, I guess. When you get out of your comfort zone, you gain more momentum. You can be you can express yourself. Some cases that might be kept to yourself, but then some cases I think is attributes that we have that need to be shared. That kind of communicate in a fashion where we can communicate. See, and that's the thing with me too. I love expressing my art, or my expression is within my art, within my music, is within my writing, it's within even my thoughts. What I'm contemplating here right now, just episodes 86, and just talking to you and just kind of thinking, wow, there's so much opportunities out here we don't really tap into because we're afraid of what everybody else think. There we go again. Afraid of what everybody else think of me, or think of my relationship, or how I interact with people. It's pretty crazy. But the growth is expanding, right? You got to expand. You got to stretch out a little bit. You got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to learn some things that you didn't want to learn, but is actually beneficial for you. You know what I'm saying? You never thought it would come into the making until now. Life is truly a journey, right? And it's interesting, the people you want to come with you on this journey is like a lot of them deny it. A lot of people, friends, family members, close loved ones, significant others, whatever, really don't see the bigger vision, right? Most of the time we don't see the bigger vision, or they are not allowed to see the bigger vision. But then they want to claim that fame when you have created that fortune. Right? So the whole point, you have to have the ability to don't stop when everybody else has stopped, whatever it may be in life. You feel me? We always talk about this concept, and this is a true statement too. When you think about, if you want to become the best in any venture, anything you're doing, you have to put yourself around the so-called best in that field, right? In that industry, to really test who you truly are. You know what I'm saying? To test your creativity, to test your mind, to test your neuroplasticity, and taking it to the next level. You know, in the next level, it's funny too, because a lot of people are not even going to be on your level. You feel me? We can't even comprehend what is really going on in Elon Musk's mind, right? Going a million miles an hour, literally. Thoughts, thinking. And he has the ability and the means to do that. You see what I'm saying? He could take all day like the greats used to do. They used to sit in a dark room and just meditate. You feel me? Before we had all these little gadgets and tizet. You know, just think about it. The only gadget they was carrying around once upon a time was just a watch. Or a pocket watch. Think about that. That's some deep psychology going on right there. Think about that. All they used to carry in their wallet, carry in their pocket was a time, a watch, right? That was the smartphone. How do you manage your time? You feel me? Even though you can manage your time once upon a time. But what has happened? What has taken us off this thinking process, or to at least educate or at least entertain it a little bit? You know what I'm saying? Where do we get movies like, what's a good movie that actually kind of, it gives you history, but then at the same time it gives you that hope too? The story within the like the famous stories, you know, the Lord of the Rings and all these particular hero stories. Overcoming. And that's how the human species has been developed, right? This is how we re-articulate, or we reimagine or reincarnate these particular events that happens to us. And we make these rational decisions in a lot of cases where we don't know the outcome unless we force it or control the outcome, right? As another book I've been reading called The God Gladiator by Stuart Wilde. Classic. It's a classic, hands down. The brother goes so deep in psychology on the spiritual realm that it's like, wow, how does that make so much sense? You feel what I'm saying? When you, the beauty, let me just back up for a minute. The beauty in the mind of the human species, or a human in general, we are geniuses that are sleeping, that are in comatoses, that are embedded, or crashed out, as brothers would say. Crashed out. Oh, he out. She out. Out for the kids out. You feel me? In a coma state. Comatose. Comatose. We talked about that too. Comatose. We in a comatose. But I just wanted to touch bases and just say thank you. Thank you. And I appreciate you, and I'm very grateful for you to have your ears, have you tune in to what a brother is actually not just saying. This is not just words, brothers and sisters. This is something that's actually connecting with the people, connecting with the ether, connecting with the whole, because we're all one. We're all one. But we always want to separate to be that special one, if that special one even exists, right? Because we're all special. Hey, are you calling me crazy? Yes, I am. But life really is too short when you think about it. But then at the same time, if you manifest, if you meditate, even if you procreate the energy on a positive level, you can actually manifest good days every day when you speak it. When that customer say to you, I got a problem, you say, how can we solve it, my brother or my sister? How can we solve this problem that we both have interacting or some kind of connection without doing that, doeth this? Y'all are not here. You feel me? Y'all are not hearing me. Tuning in, beep, 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 beep. We love you here. Yes. The modern monk does love you. You know what I'm saying? And today is February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. To each one of you. Even though Valentine was just a myth. A story. Something to keep us in control, as God Gladiator was explaining. To keep us in control. The devil keeps us in control, he said. I was like, wow, that's powerful. Because God, if we got that free spirit or free will, wow. We so genius, people. We are geniuses. And we create our own realities. You feel me? We create our own reality. You create your own reality. We are only manifestors or just doubles of your attribute, your thoughts, your deepest thought, your intuition, your manifestation of who you are. I'm one of your personalities and vice versa. This is how we become one. This is how we are one in the ether or the cosmos or however you want to see it. Brothers and sisters. He's saying this brother going crazy. He done going preaching a sermon right now. Preaching a sermon. Yeah, that boy was talking. Yep. Who's the characters over there, Heru? Who you got over in there? Yeah, I keep a couple gas up in here every one while. I might give you some gas spots. That's how we get down here. But what makes you unique, right? What makes you unique? What makes you so special amongst all of us, right? We know we have billions and billions of cells. You know what I'm saying? Some of us got some superior cells, some inferior cells. Right? Think about it. Some attributes we got, some skills that we got nobody else has. You know what I'm saying? And you know, one of the things is really what makes life beautiful is because you can reinvent yourself daily. You know what I'm saying? People call me crazy too. They call me crazy too, believe it or not. People call me crazy. You know, but I kind of enjoy it. Because what it does, it allows me to look beyond what is being written, what is being told, what is being said amongst our media that we so-called call media. Because you know where the true media is? The true media is in the conscious hip-hop. That's where the true media is. That's one of the mediums. And then you can start getting it through all this pop-hop or whatever you want to call it. Pop, hip-hop, pop, bebop. Right? You know, all these different artists coming out so political. Not even on a political level, but just on a conscious, just getting you to think about certain things, right? That's where the news is. That's where the real news is. Not this Fox Network and all this NBC BS and all these other crazy ass shows that happen to be getting all these views and stuff, and come to find out they're little subsidiaries of the Fox Network and stuff. Oh yeah, let's go get in this other one and TMZ and all these other crazy shit. And they can't even complex. That was another cold one. They all getting bought out and stuff. Having the views, you looking at the news, and the news is the same news. They're viewing the same news, the same footage. It's kind of crazy, because it's like back in the day they used to be more innovative, and it more competitive. Now it's not even a competitive scene anymore. They're all in on the same gig. Then you're wondering why your presidency and all this other crazy shit going on, and they're just getting away with with everything. Am I tripping, people? Are you with me? Are you hearing me on this? They're getting away with all kinds of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they're topping each other. Oh, he's undid this. Weinstein, he was having all these little rings going on around the country with his private jet, flying all these presidents and big name people. And then y'all think he really committed suicide. Y'all must be crazy. That brother was about to take everybody down. Then they say, oh, let's go ahead and put out this coronavirus. You see what I'm saying? They was geniuses. They knew what they had to do, stir up the people. Get these people off track. Get their minds caught up in all the bullshit. You telling me more people watched the Super Bowl than any time in the history? Pretty sad. Pretty sad. Folks, we gotta wake up. We gotta smell the coffee. Because the coffee been brewing for a few years up out this motherfucker. We talking, Starbucks been putting it down for a long time. A few decades now. And they coffee, when they coffee's around, you can smell it. Hands down. That's why Starbucks is everywhere. I'm just in the Hawaii area, Honolulu area. The downtown is ridiculous. They got Starbucks literally close proximity, across the street from each other. I mean, they're worse than Seattle, y'all. Out here. Literally, and they about to put another one over here in the same area, literally. I'm like, wow, you got two across the street from each other. Then you got this other one right down the block. I'm like, wow. And they still be getting their paper. They can even close on the weekends and get their paper. That's how crazy the brand. That's another thing I don't think people be talking about within the news. They don't talk about how substantial these companies are making crazy money. Unheard of. These CEOs, we thought what, 20 years, 20 years ago, we thought CEOs was making money. They making millions and almost billions of dollars. And you don't never hear anything bad back from them. This is when such and such was here at this particular, at GE. At GE, and just living fat. You know what's cool about them type of CEOs? You don't hear nothing ever again from them, literally. Unless they have developed some kind of app, an application or something like that. Are you with me? I know I got me some techie cats who be listening to me, and y'all know what I'm saying is on the real. Them cats, these CEOs, they coming from these crazy ass companies making billions of dollars. And you never hear anything else from them ever again. They're living a plush life. They living a life just way out of And that's what I'm talking about. These are the things I'm like, you have the ability to enhance, to embrace, to educate, to advance daily. Even if you get in like 20 to 30 minutes of reading. You know what I'm saying? Reading is so, I can't, you can't explain reading to people. I mean, but it's just so detrimental. It's part of the fabric, you know. And one of the things you can kind of pick up your associates at your job who actually reads, who actually engage in some type of understanding of some type of organized learning technique. You feel what I'm saying? Because the book is a technique, just like audio. It's a technique. It's a skill that's being used. We need to use our audio so we can definitely our voices to be able to command, to be able to adjust, to be able to understand each other, right? Communication. A form of communication, per se. But reading is definitely fundamental, right? It engages the mind. It engages the creativity. It engages the imagination. Therefore, putting action to the strategies that you have developed over time, within the time. Therefore, meeting and connecting with people. I had a good conversation today with a gentleman. Today, one of the customers. I won't bore you with that, but it was kind of an interesting little subject matter because we went into politics for a minute. And he told me, well, I like the way you think. Right? And you don't hear that from people too often. But that's like a that's something that we've been allowing the status quo of our particular professors, teachers, and not knocking and not saying it's all of them, because it's not. But it's a big majority of them that is creating a system that has been just memorization, this, that. Oh, 1772, they blue, they kudo. Right? All these dates, 1776. 1914, 1934. 1860. Oh, Civil War. Right? So they put these particular memories in your head that don't have nothing to do with living, with education, with financial education, financial literacy, right? Understanding numbers, how it work in your life. What is it used for? Hence, why do you keep developing your body? Why do you stay in the gym? Why do you do push-ups? Why do I do pull-ups? Why do I take a run? You feel me? This is the mindset you should be having anyway. Period. Point blank. Challenging you. Challenging yourself. Stepping up your game on a daily basis. And you know what's funny about it? Relationships really test your game. A significant other really tests your game. Test your capacity. Test every element of you. Therefore, we allow it to stress us. Wow. That is a cold one right there. Y'all like, what is this brother talking about? Y'all know what I'm talking about. You witnessed it within the COVID stand down, lockdown. When you was with your significant other, you really start seeing the colors of what you actually married. But we love you. Huh? Happy Valentine's Day. Happy lovely day. Because it is a beautiful day, each and every day that you get up and breathe. Your arms, your hands and body, your neck and everything, you're breathing. But you're able to move the limbs. You're able to get up and stretch. Drink some of that water, that H2O, right when you wake up. So fresh and so clean. You know, get you a little stretch on. Then you do some deep breathing. Get your meditation on. Deep praying. You feel me? Going deeper and deeper into the consciousness, understanding who art thou? Why art thou doeth to thee? Come save me now, this that I put to this. But y'all not with me, huh? Y'all like this brother crazy? He is a loony. Yes, I am a loony. And I love it. Because life has its battles, has its wars. 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene. Go read that. We mentioned it plenty of times here in this podcast show. Plenty of times. And you are at You Are the Gym podcast show, where your host with the most, the modern monk, putting it down, making it happen here for you, listening to the world, listening to what's going on, listen to the heartbeat of the world. That's what a brother be doing. I be listening to the heartbeat. That's why I got to go to the heartbeat, the ocean, and listen. You know, the gain is the gains within you. That's where the gains are, the true gains, right? You're gaining up. You're investing in you. You feel what I'm saying? You're the capital. You are the capital. You got to be the truth. You got to live the truth. In some cases, you got to find the truth, be able to build or interject your foundation. Right? Hooking that foundation up. Making it solid. Putting all the elements you need for a solid foundation, where it cannot be moved. You feel me? He said, this brother getting all religious with it. Nah, this brother ain't getting religious. I just want to touch bases, get back on track. You feel me? Because when you stay on track, everything is like that. And everything else is whack, right? The brother get on here rhyming and carrying on. Rhyming and carrying on. That's what they used to say back up in Little Rock, Arkansas. Shout out to all my listeners. Shout out to my sponsor, Dr. Boz Moreno. The Moreno Method. Method Moreno. Putting it down with the bee venom. With the stem cells. Brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, this brother has the healing powers. He's not a shaman. He's not none of that. But he's a brother. This brother's on track to some literally some Nobel Peace Prize shit. Y'all think I'm bullshitting, y'all? Y'all really think I'm bullshitting? Dr. Boz is going to end up getting the Nobel Peace Prize. Literally. Because this is the funny thing. Not funny, but this has always been my observation. This is a brother who has he's got all the healing modalities going down, right? Don't get the publicity. Y'all know Dr. Sabi. Y'all heard of Dr. Sabi, Dr. Africa, Phil Valentine, you know, and many other greats throughout the years when you're talking like doctors, brother who's with putting it down. You know what I'm saying? But Dr. Boz, I'm telling y'all, I'm telling you right now, this brother got some stuff, and I don't mean it like that, but he got some solutions that help the body develop, help, not even that. It puts you on the Marvel level. I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, this brother over here, known as Heru, the modern monk, is developing, looking like a chiseled bodybuilder up in the gym. Intimidating all them big old bodybuilders up in there. You know, when the bodybuilders give you a thumbs up, you feel me? When the bodybuilders up in there, the serious bodybuilders giving you thumbs up, you know you doing something right. Come on, folks. But see, this is where the maturity comes in, right? We got to understand, we got to build the body. We got to build anything to be able to create the solid foundation or create a corrective type of communication or a corrective type of pattern, right? Patterns, right? Where it makes sense, not just only to you, but to those who's actually intertwining or engaging within your circle, right? Your circle of life. Right? Because that's what it is. Life brings nurturing, right? Nurturing brings life. Life is nurturer, right? Life is abundance, right? That's what we look at how God is, right? But the devil has that attribute too, right? Nor good or bad, the duality. It was always the duality. We deal with that on a daily basis, right? Gemini, the twins, right? That's funny because I would think Gemini would be throughout the whole species of the human species, if you're talking like representation. The duality, right? The yin and yang, however you want to look at it. But it all makes sense because it all has its place. It all has its balance, right? It's just about how you interpreting it. How are you interpreting it? How are you grasping it? How are you adjusting to it? And that comes with that solid foundation I was talking about earlier in this podcast show. Yes, this podcast show. That brother got some teas for you too. I got some black and white teas, some large and extra large. You are the GM representing. I got some masks. Yes, masks for $10. Representing. My t-shirts are $27, and that's free shipping and handling anywhere around the world. You feel me? Anywhere around the world. And shout out to all y'all out there. No, shout out to those of you who actually representing You Are the Gym brand, because you are the gym. You embody that. That is you. You make it happen. You're making that element of what you want to become. You see what I'm saying? And the funny thing is, you don't know what you want to become because it's so unlimited. Soon as you make that, third or whatever outcome, you definitely reaching for more. How you can become better. That's what's so interesting about the human species. Because we can always take it to the next level when we want to. You feel me? Nobody can stop you with that, especially if you're self-motivated. Oh my goodness. What does that mean? That brother don't eat. Do you remember how that brother used to eat? And maybe, like I said, some venues are. This is one of my. I think I'm going to talk about this in the next episode, 87. I'm talking about environment. A lot of people don't understand how important your environment is, right? Or where you're at, where your placement at, what kind of people you got around you. Because a lot of people, well, I would say most of the people who are around you really don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about us. They don't. It's sad to say it, but it's true. Because everybody seem like we're just about, everybody make it seem like we're about us, but it's not even about us. It's about how can we, that's really where it comes down to. How can we stop being so caught up in what everybody else fucking think about life or how we should live our life? Should I have children? Should all these traditional crap that really is crap is not putting, is making more dummies. You starting to see a lot of married people. They're dummies. They're worse than, oh, I thought you was bad. You're even worse. Right? Because all we doing is like procreating. And I'm not making it seem like this is the end of the world or this and that, because it never will become an ending of the world. It's going to become an ending of certain ideologies, those worlds, right? Kind of like right now, and how we don't, like a lot of us don't agree on certain things anymore like we used to. It's become everything so fast gratification, instant, instant potatoes, right? Instant oatmeal. Come on. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We don't have to have a history lesson here. You see it. You're listening to this podcast. Obviously, it's giving you that understanding that is more out there than what the mass media is telling you. The Twitters and the Facebook. Facebook give you all the algorithms that they see in your feeds, right? What you're looking at, what you doing, what you did. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when all them people be putting up the... It's kind of interesting. All these people be putting up where the cops are shooting somebody and crazy shit like that. And that go viral. And I'm wondering why that go viral when you had some cop was doing some good deed. You know what I'm saying? In the neighborhood, playing football with the kids. Outrunning the cats. You feel me? In shape. But that's what I'm saying. We tend to, I think we tend to focus more on negativity because of what our society has been, what we've been advertising, what we see in the advertising. Why everybody's out in the stores buying. We just buying. Just buying. And buying. It's crazy. So what are we doing with this stuff? This brother gone crazy. Yes, I have gone crazy. But I just wanted to say thank you today. I just wanted to say thank you. Happy Valentine's Day again. To those of you who's into this holiday or whatever day they call it. I don't know if it's a holiday, but I think it probably meant something like that once upon a time, especially Valentine. But see, I don't, they need to do more of that. I know they have it available like on YouTube or maybe BPS or one of them, public broadcasting station. They do probably have the story of that particular Valentine, what he was really about. But I'm curious of why would they make it a holiday? You see what I'm saying? It's like when you start looking in these holidays, a lot of these holidays have a lot of death and stuff around. You'd be wondering, why is that always the case? Why not life? You know what I'm saying? Why not life? It sparks something. It creates something. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like how they use Christmas, right? When you got that value, certain things that you valued during that period of time in your childhood, you got those memories. They're associated with you. The happy times in your life, right? The happy, happy, joy times. What that brother talk about? What he talking about? Yeah, I'm getting deep on y'all. Y'all know that. That's why I'm saying, when you tune into this show, You Are the Gym, you're not just, we're engaged in fitness. We engage in many other different subject matters that I think is very important. Not just to me, but to the thoughts the thoughts of consciousness, the collective consciousness, right? Because somebody's saying it. Somebody's going to spark something within you. Because you know, most of the time you looking at certain situations, you like, wow, I'm not even feeling this. Or if I'm feeling this, this is not the right thing to do, right? Because it's a moral compass. We tend to have these moral compasses that certain things just make sense. Certain things is not right. It's not right. I'm going to drink to that one. But this book been very interesting, Limitless, because it actually been helping with a few habits I've been taking on since I have been reading the book. And he just suggested using your left hand. If you're a predominant right hand person, use your left hand to brush your teeth and do other things, different chores. I tend to do that. I started kind of seeing myself working with my left hand. And then I have a girlfriend that she's a left hand, and that made me start working more with my left hand. Not really paying no attention, just adding that value up in there. So it just made my mind think on a whole different realm, per se. Picking up with my left hand instead of picking it up with the right hand. You know what I'm saying? If you're with me. I think y'all paying attention to me. I think y'all paying attention to me. Because like I said, if you want to get down to your health, you want to get some fitness game going on, you can always text me at 206-659-6382. And you can always email me at youarethegym@gmail.com. Yes, gmail.com. Our biggest crooks in the game. Yes. Yes, but we let them get away with it. I mean, you know, we just we're part of the structure here, you know, part of the infrastructure here, but we are one. That's the crazy thing. They unite us, but we act like we want to stay independent. So we're dealing with that duality. Isn't that crazy? But we know that this is the best podcast show you ever heard. And this is going down in history too. I don't know about you guys, but you know, I've been doing this for a long time and I've been enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying it. Because it actually challenges my skills. Because I've been I do music, but I've been out of the game so long, I'm like, wow, I got to get even though the mojo's there, but just getting back familiar with the technology, you know. Because it's like I'm getting so far away from the computer stuff, you know. The only time I get on the computer is doing this or typing, you know. Typing my books, typing along. Confessions of the Mind of an Athlete. Overcoming resistance. Resilience. Overcoming resilience. And having resistance to a certain extent. But it's a discipline. You feel me? You got to make certain things a part of your discipline. Reading a part of your discipline. You know. Because it helps with the fundamentals. And it helps you to get more creative too. You know, people be asking me at the job, but man, why you be thinking about certain things like that? You know, all the stuff I've been reading, especially when it comes to like retail and stuff. You know, and then the training on top of that, man, all that stuff just add more fuel to my mind, you know. And I'm getting creative. I'm like, we could put this up here, boom, 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 then make that happen, bow. We done. It's a done deal. Great presentation. Because the real key thing, especially in life, you just want to get people's attention to an extent. But it's got to be, I think it's got to be more honorable within you. You feel what I'm saying? You know what's real with you. Not some fake ass facade that what everybody else think you should be doing. What you supposed to be doing. That was what's so unique about Prince. He was like, nah, it's going to be my way. He's the smallest brother in the room, but he was getting it his way. What was he doing? Tempting them brothers? I'm not saying he couldn't fight, but Prince. But just wanted to say thank you. Appreciate you. How many times has brother said it? Yeah, I want to thank you personally. One of the things too, all the new subscribers, those of you who are on Spotify and all these other different platforms, shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for downloading me. I seen a state or a country the other day. I was like, wow, what's going on over there? I haven't heard nothing like that on here, so that was kind of cool. So shout out to all of you who's been tuning in to You Are the Gym. We definitely keep it 100 here, having some fun, you know, but at the same time touching base and just throwing my thoughts out there. Let me see if am I on the wrong frequency or am I on the right frequency? You know what I'm saying? What are the people thinking? What is going on with the people? You feel me? The people's the connect. That's why I said the cars put a division amongst the people. We talking about communication on a real perspective of energy, body energy, right? There's a lot of people's energy you don't want on you. You feel me? But I really do think when you out there and you walking out downtown or wherever you at, Denver, Hawaii, Vegas, you feel me? Washington, Alaska, Fairbanks, whatever. It's an understanding. You definitely gotta be you definitely connect with the people. You feel the people. You feel the energy. You know, you feel the culture. You understand the culture a little bit if you want to have that understanding. You feel what I'm saying? You're being observant. That's what I think the people who have been in these cars and just rolling around and not really knowing the city. That's another thing too. That's why I think it's good for people to get out there, walk your neighborhood. Walk your neighborhood. You feel me? Go walk your neighborhood. Get to know some of your neighbors. That's on the real. Because we definitely got some problems out here. When you don't even know your neighbors, you can't even say, hello, how you doing? You know, without them tripping. Or if they just a whole nother nationality, ethnicity, around you. Kind of my circumstance. You know. But at the same time, they see the respect. You got to respect yourself before anybody else going to respect you. Right? That's just a principle. That's a common principle. But like I'm saying, a lot of things that was common amongst us back in the day, even just in the 90s. Shit, people had common sense at least. You didn't hear half the shit that was going on like what we seeing now, with people just doing stupid shit and getting away with it. Then they going viral, making it all big and all stuff, and you be wondering, wow, no kind of personality, no nothing. And that we just made them a billionaire or a millionaire. Shit, it's funny. Elon Musk became he became richer. Jeff Bezos just stepped down from Amazon.com, and nobody's really saying anything here. What's really going on? You feel me? Don't take me wrong. Obviously, I mean, Jeff Bezos don't care about the money. And I'm sure Elon Musk don't care about the money. But when you start See, that's why it is a genius to be actually paying attention to at least Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio. You feel me? Them type of brothers. Literally. Because they even though they're the ones we're seeing the face, but we don't really get to see the other side of them guys. The guys who are the next level above them, or maybe 2-3 levels above them. You feel me? We think billions, they talking 90 billion and stuff, and these other families are like, oh shit, that's pocket change. We've been in quadrillions for the last 2 decades. And that's on the real. We got to think about now. Just think about. We talking 1500s, 1600s. These same families just making billions, quadrillion money you can't even say. Believe it or not, money you can't even say. And we're just hearing about the Vanderbilts, the Fords and stuff. You feel what I'm saying? And they didn't have no money compared to the real cats prior to them. But we don't really think about these things, that how it's actually affecting us today as a people, as a society. Especially when people are still going around saying America is the greatest country in the world. Literally, still saying that bullshit. That hasn't even been true. And I want somebody to debate me on this. But that statement hasn't been true, I think, since 1776. Keep it 100 with you. Because the only real president, and I might get debated on this, but I talked to y'all about this. The only real president I think this country ever had was Thomas Jefferson. Hands down. This dude was like, keep them independent. Keep everybody independent. Right? He didn't want to enslave, even though he had slaves. But I wasn't there. I wasn't on the count. I don't even know if my peoples was up in now. Right? But we do have some records that he had some legitimate challenging with a whole bunch of black sisters. Right? Thomas Jefferson. But that's not the case here. The case is that he was a brilliant man. Right? He actually helped create some of the greatest documents, from the Declaration of Independence. Right? Declaration of Independence. I mean, he probably even helped Mr. Benjamin Franklin put some of them, all those crazy letters and stuff together, even though he was so-called at the time. We'll see. History is showing more and more and is revealing more of the truth, right? We're starting to see the truth come out. The truth come out at night. The truth come out at night. Yeah, I'm telling you. We're starting to see real truth starting to come out. People are coming out. The truth. Especially with all these books. You see, this is the thing. Everything was written. That's the thing people are not understanding. That's why it pays to read. Everything is written. People are writing about the history. Now, think about this. 30 years from now, when they be reading about the coronavirus, the people who's been the authors, who was authoring during that period of time, kept it moving, kept it pushing. But they're documenting they're documenting their experiences, right? I'm going to talk about the corona too. Put that out there in the book right there, Confession Through the Mind of an Athlete. How is it to live amongst people with masks? with the mask, even though we already mask people. Fake ass identities. Showing my butt shots and my cheek shots on Instagram and getting Instagrammer. Glamour, right? Insta glamour. That's what it means. Instant glamour. Become a celebrity overnight. Instagram. What do you know? Facebook owns them. WhatsApp. They own WhatsApp too. Now they own the whole social media. What's really going on? May I have your name, number, and social security number? That's the next one. Believe it or not, Facebook gonna be doing your taxes too. They're gonna have one-stop shop right there for you. And we know you have gained this much in your bank account because we got all your accounts loaded to our account. Facebook. That's how they doing it. Facebook. Face look. Yes, the face look. And that's what we doing. You have been charged $355 million. Oh, we got it right to your account. Click, boom, you're empty. File bankruptcy. We have a Facebook bankruptcy court here. Mark, and you see what he's doing. Mark is going through the same thing, the same demise as Bill Gates. People don't understand that, but that's the real psychology going on right now. Mark Zuckerberg is going through the same situation Bill Gates went through. From the monopoly issues, breaking them up. And you see what has happened to Microsoft. Microsoft haven't been the same since. Keep it real with you. They haven't been able to even get a win. If you're looking at it on a technological aspect, even though they got something going on with these Windows 10. Is it Windows 10? It's probably Windows 65 now. But get an understanding. Please bear with me, my fellow women and men. But time is near, time is here. So go get it. That's what we're going to call it. Go get it. I'm out. Hotep. Much love.